11 o'clock a.m. I have a job today. I actually have a job today, and I do not want to go do it. It's in Red Oak, Texas, and it's a lot of trash. Let's get into this video and talk about irrational decisions that you make when business is slow. Let's get into it right now. Hey guys, my name is Ricardo, junkguysdfw.net. Okay, I am the owner of a junk removal service that's located here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I also own two haunted houses, one in Dallas and one in the Fort Worth area. And we are we're a small business. I'm a small business, but a small business that has a strong following on YouTube, I guess, when it comes to junk removal. Today, it's absolutely raining. You can tell it's raining. Here, look at my windows. It's raining. It's raining. It's actually raining pretty bad this morning. Frank, what's up? And oh, Jesus, just got a phone call in, and it's raining pretty bad right now. So I was hoping I don't have any job, but this is the beauty of junk removal, is that when it is cold, and it's cold right now, and it is wet, and it's wet right now, that the commercial accounts don't care. They'll call you out and tell you, hey, can you pick this up? Can you pick that up? And I'm like, yeah, so, and you have to go out and do it, right? So I'm probably going to send someone else that's in the Red Oak area to go get this job for me. But I want to get into this video and really kind of talk about what's going on. I had another junk removal company reach out to me. I think it was, so today's Friday. I had someone reach out to me. It was that was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. They sent me a long email about how business is slow for them. And then what they want to do is, first of all, he kind of gets off on the video in the email, and he starts talking about how his business has been really doing great lately, and how he expanded to another city. And as soon as he expanded to another city that's 40 miles away from him, that his business, by the way, he's in Indiana. I won't mention his name. That he expanded into the Indiana area, and that as soon as he expanded, business started going slow for him. Like, it started slowing down for him. And I'm like, okay. And as he's talking to me, he's saying, now business is slow right now. He's had one of the slowest 2-week span that he's had since he started junk removal. And I kind of look at that and I said, so what do you think of doing? He goes, well, I'm thinking of upping my Google Ads spend. What do you think of that? And I'm like, okay. He goes, and another thing is, I think if we bring out, like, we can do something else. And I said, what do you, well, I think we should not only offer junk removal, but offer to clean the whole house, like, mop and sweep. And I'm thinking of getting some mops and stuff. And I said, and what is that for? What's the idea of that? And he said, well, if we offer another service, we can push the price up. And I'm like, okay. I said, and you think, because business is slow, that's going to bring in revenue for you, is what I told him. And he said, yeah. So it could be a junk removal that's doing, we can go to his house, we can do a $400 junk removal, and then $200 extra to clean the house. So instead of making $400, you're going to make $600. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, so how many jobs have you done like this? He goes, we just started offering the service, and I wanted to see what you thought about it. And I said, brother, first of all, it's not the lack of you adding services to your business. It's not that. It's not the fact that you need more Google ad spend. The fact is, and this is the proven point of this whole video, is that business is slow in your area right now, and it's going to continue to be slow. So if you offer any business service, that service is going to be slow. He goes, I told him, I said, you upping your ad spend, all you're going to do is spend more money upping your ad spend. That's all that's going to happen. There's nothing good that's going to come out of that. All you're going to do is put the price higher, and then you're just not going to get any business. The reality is this, guys. A lot of people make bad decisions when they're confused, when they make irrational decisions when the business is slow. And I've done a video about this in the past, but I keep on doing videos every time someone calls me with a goofy idea. But his 2 ideas are going to be complete failures. Because think about it. He's not making any money on the ad spend. Oh, so he spends about $2,000 a month on ads. He wants to up it to $3,500. And I said, all you're going to do is spend $3,500 and still not get the jobs. I want you to understand that right now at $2,500, you're not getting jobs. And at $3,500, you're still not going to get the jobs. And if you get any jobs, you're still going to be spending $3,500. I don't think the extra jobs that you put for the extra $1,500 that you're going to spend is going to be good for your business. And he's like, well, yeah, that makes sense. I thought about that too. And I'm like, well, you have to hear it from somebody that's outside, you know? I said, why don't you call up another junk removal company and ask them what your idea is? And he goes, yeah, but how about the adding a service? I said, no, dude. Don't add an extra service. I'm going to tell y'all why. I have friends that always add an extra service, and then I ask them 6 months later how that service is doing. Oh, we're not doing that anymore. I had a friend that wanted to do gutter business, right? Gutters. And I asked him, I said, so how's the gutter business? He goes, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like, okay. And then I asked, I had another friend who had a dumpster rental. Like he was going to contract dumpsters. He didn't go buy his own dumpsters because I told him not to. But he was going to contract his own dumpsters. And I said, so how's those dumpsters going for you? He goes, yeah, we decided to get out of that. Listen, be good at one thing. Be good at one thing. And if that thing you're going to be really good at, be good at junk removal. Junk removal is one of the highest profitable jobs I've ever seen. I've ever been involved with, and I've had multiple businesses, and just the markup on junk removal is incredible. Just the markup. Concentrating. Let's talk about concentrating on one thing and not making these irrational decisions that you go off the deep end, right? The fact is that you make these decisions because you get nervous, and mentally in your head, you start thinking outside the box. You start thinking that something wrong is happening with your business, and you start thinking of these conniving ideas of how to bring it back. You know, I'll give you this. I'll give you an example, and this happened to me a long time ago, and I'll give you a perfect example. I had a relationship a long time ago. This is like 15 years ago, and this girlfriend of mine dumps me, and I was like, okay. And she said, and then as soon as she dumps me, we were supposed to go out that night. And then I start thinking crazy crap. What if she's with somebody else? What if, you know, someone's taking her out, and instead of spending time with me, she's spending time with somebody else? What is she doing? Why was I thinking like that? Why? And the fact was, my mind wasn't thinking right. Irrational decisions. And the fact is that her dad hated me. Her dad absolutely hated me. And one of the reasons she broke up with me, because, well, first of all, I didn't treat her the greatest in the world anyway. She wasn't like going to be a long-term girlfriend, but her dad's like, you don't need this kid, blah, blah, blah. And I understood where he was coming from. Now that I'm grown, I do. But yeah, he was just trying to keep us away from each other. And she ended up coming back later on, but it doesn't matter. The fact of the story is that I started thinking crazy stuff. Should I drive by her house? Should I go by her work? Should I go by and see where she's at? Should I follow her and stuff? Why? Because my mind was making irrational decisions. And this is what happens. And I know a lot of us that have done this. Okay? I know a lot of people have done this, that you start thinking outside the box. You know what I mean? You start thinking outside the box. And you start making bad decisions. Well, in this business, things like that will happen, and you'll run into those problems in those situations where it does manipulate your mind, and you start thinking, should I start a gutter business? Should I start a cleaning business and add it to my junk removal? Should I start a dumpster business? And I was just giving you an example with the whole girlfriend thing, but reality is that it's not that far from there. You know what I mean? It's not that far from there to make that mistake. Okay? So, guys, if your business is slow, don't start thinking of big ideas to change it. The business is slow, it's just slow. It's just slow. I mean, look, my business is slow today, and I'm just like going to go home and park my truck. You know? I got to contract someone for the job in Red Oak. It's a good job, too. It's a lot of mattresses. Someone drummed like 10 mattresses, which is close to almost like $600. So, but I'll contract somebody for $300. They'll go get it for me. Okay? Anyway, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Hopefully, this video helps y'all out. Just to calm down a little, pump your brakes, slow down. Okay? I'll see y'all later. Nick, what's up, brother? All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.